An important note for this episode that I didn't manage to capture very well on the day is to explain that the house is built into and on top of the bedrock of the hill, which acts as the natural foundation for the building. Therefore, when I talk about bedrock, I'm also talking about foundations.
So I'm sweeping up the material that came off the wall when I washed it the other day. And I wouldn't normally bother doing this because it would normally wash away with the rain or the wind. But I suspect that the material that I've now got in here might prove useful later on today. The reason I might need this material later on is that today I'm going to be cutting some holes into the surface here, and I'm probably going to have to fill them in afterwards. So that's where the material might come in handy. And the reason I'm cutting the holes here is that we're not absolutely sure exactly what level the bedrock is on this side of this wall. And in order to make sure we've got the right drainage plans and that we've got protection from water, we need to just confirm exactly what level the rock is along here. And the reason it's important is because in this room, and in this room as well, the walls here are against the bedrock, we think, and the level of the ground is lower than the ground level outside. And therefore we need a solution for protecting this lower part of the wall from water that drains towards the house. I'm not absolutely sure if it is the bedrock or not. Around here, all the bedrock tends to be shale and it can flake and break quite easily. So I think that rather than going any deeper with the hammer, which would vibrate and break up the rock pretty easily, I'll just excavate a bit more by hand just to check that it's not loose rocks. Well, these two little bits are a brick, so this clearly isn't bedrock. So I've got to dig a little bit deeper. One reason for excavating this by hand rather than machine is that if it is bedrock and the house and this wall is resting on it, any small changes are probably best avoided at this stage. This time I think I can say with a bit more certainty that this is bedrock, probably 50 centimetres below this top level. A bit of tidying up to do, a bit more checking, and then I'll try and zoom in to have a closer look. Well, hopefully you can see pretty clearly that this is one big unit of rock rather than a big stone. Quite a successful morning of work. Now I'm going to do a quick tidy up and then I'll have some lunch. So I've done a bit more tidying up and I've got a board ready to put on top of the hole, and I have got to check the level of the bedrock along this whole wall, probably in 2 more holes further along, but rather than do that now, I'll leave that for another day. But what I am going to do this afternoon is a similar sort of exercise on the other side of this wall. where the room is covered in tiles, and I do roughly know where the bedrock is, but I'm going to have to pick up all the tiles so that I know exactly where the rock is along the whole wall. And I'll show you that room now. The ground that I was working on this morning is through that wall, and the floor in this room is well over a metre below that level. I'd done some work earlier at checking where the bedrock was beneath the tiles, so there and a couple of other points. And it's pretty close to the surface of the tiles in that corner, probably only like 20 centimetres. But I do just need to check all along here exactly where the bedrock is, and then eventually in this whole room. There's only the one small window in this room, and the sun basically is moving around in that direction. So in the morning, it's very dark in here and it's quite difficult to see what you're doing. So on a bright day like today, when the afternoon sun is coming through, it's a good opportunity to do some work in here so you can see what you're doing. Well, about halfway now and making better progress. Once the whole line is opened up, it's much easier to get underneath them. Percentage of breakages, probably about the same, but I think my technique is getting slightly better. Well, I finished lifting up the tiles. The second section were quite broken, so I didn't manage to retain that many, but through the middle and along that first wall, it was a bit better. There's a lot of tiles on the floor, a lot of mess, a lot of dust, but I think I'm going to leave that tidying up for another day. Welcome back to the house, where it's been chilly first thing this morning, but the sun is now out and it should be warming up pretty quickly. Today I'm going to be carrying on from where I left off last time, which was excavating some of the surface behind the house, and then in the room on this side, tidying up some of the tiles that I picked up last time. Last time I dug a hole over there, and the bedrock's about 35-40 centimetres below the surface. So my guess is that it's probably quite similar all the way along this wall, but I do need to check, especially as around the corner of this wall, the bedrock has been completely removed. So it might well be that the bedrock is a lot lower here, but I'll only find out by digging it up. It would certainly be nice to have a slightly bigger jackhammer, but this one did the job last time, and although it probably takes twice as long, I'll be using it again. I've cleaned out a bit more now and it's looking quite similar.
to the hole over there that I dug last time. But at the moment, my guess is that the bedrock might be a little bit deeper here. There doesn't seem to be much evidence of it yet. But what would be your guess? So here's a quick zoom in and my attempt to explain what I found. Down here definitely is the bedrock, and it's about 45 centimeters below the surface, which is pretty similar to the hole over there, a little bit deeper but very similar. And between the bedrock and the surface, very similar to the other hole, it's filled in with a bunch of stones and soil. And then the extra bit of work I've done on this hole is to check out the relationship between this shelf and the bedrock beneath. It's pretty clear that it's been built with good solid stones up to about this point here, probably 15 centimeters below the surface. And then there's a bunch of aggregate between it and the bedrock. So that's what I found. And the good news is that because it's so similar to the other hole, I probably don't need to make another one in the middle to check the level there. The bad news is that I've probably now got to fill this back in, so all of my work will be put back under the surface. I'm not sure you could say you'd never know the hole was there, but you have to look pretty carefully. I think that's a reasonable morning of work. I've found the answers that I needed and didn't take as long as I thought it might do, certainly for excavating that hole. And I now have a greater appreciation for what the economist John Maynard Keynes said about digging holes and filling them back up again. I'm now going to do a bit of a tidy up in this room, which I worked on the other day when I lifted up the tiles and left in a bit of a state. A couple of things I've got to do. First of all, I've got to get all the tiles off the floor and organise them in a way that I can decide what to do with them. And then a second thing is to smooth out the dirt on the ground at the moment, just to make it reasonably flat so that you can walk around it.
got all the tiles out now, and the next bit of work will be just to tidy up the surface of rubble a bit.
That's it for today. Digging holes to fill them up again and picking up some tiles to move them around don't seem like the greatest achievements in the world, but I've achieved what I set out to at the beginning of the day. I know where the bedrock level is across that back wall. That back room is now at least cleaner and a bit tidier, and I've got the tiles ready for some washing and some restoration work. So reasonably successful. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you have, please do consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me.